In a world full of pressure, fear, and compromise, what would you do if standing for your faith could cost you everything? This is the story of a man who refused to bow, a man whose faith was stronger than fear, a man who walked into a den of lions and walked out alive. This is the story of Daniel. Part 1. Daniel's Rise. Daniel was not just an ordinary man. He was a foreigner in a powerful kingdom, a captive in Babylon. Yet despite his circumstances, Daniel stood out. He was wise, he was disciplined, and above all, he was faithful to God. Because of his integrity, King Darius placed Daniel in a position of authority above many others in the kingdom. But success often attracts jealousy, and Daniel's excellence made him a target. Part 2. The plot against Daniel. The officials searched for a way to bring Daniel down. They examined his work, his actions, his life, but they found nothing. No corruption, no mistakes, no wrongdoing, so they said, the only way to trap Daniel is through his faith. They approached King Darius with a deceptive plan. They convinced the king to sign a law. For 30 days no one could pray to any god or man except the king. Anyone who disobeyed would be thrown into the lion's den. The trap was set. Part 3. Daniel's decision. Daniel knew about the law, he knew the consequences, but he also knew his God. That same day, Daniel went to his room, opened his windows, and prayed, not in secret, not in fear, but boldly, just as he always had. 3 times a day he prayed. He chose faith over fear, because Daniel understood something powerful. It is better to stand with God than to bow to the world. Part 4. Into the lion's den. The officials caught Daniel in the act. They rushed to the king and reminded him of the law. King Darius was distressed. He respected Daniel, even admired him. But the law could not be changed, and so, with a heavy heart, Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. The king said, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." A stone was placed over the den, darkness fell, and inside hungry lions waited. Part 5. God's Miracle. But that night, something supernatural happened. God sent an angel and shut the mouths of the lions. Daniel was not harmed, not a scratch, not a wound, because his faith was real and his God was faithful. At dawn, the king rushed to the den. "Daniel, has your God saved you?" And from the darkness came a voice, "My God sent his angel and I am safe." Part 6. Victory of Faith. Daniel was lifted out of the den alive. The king was filled with joy. And those who plotted against Daniel faced the very fate they planned for him. King Darius then made a powerful decree that everyone in his kingdom should fear and respect the God of Daniel, because he is the living God. Daniel's story reminds us, faith is not proven when life is easy. Faith is proven when everything is at risk. So when you face your own lion's den, fear, pressure, challenges, remember Daniel. Stand firm, stay faithful, because the same God who shut the lions' mouths is still able to protect you today. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message of faith. And remember, no matter what you're facing, God is still in control.